Welcome, Christie Art Club. Hi, everybody. I'm so excited to have y'all in the Christie Official Art Honor Club. Before we begin on our fun project, I'm going to talk a little bit about the information for the club, some different expectations that I have for y'all, and I'm going to get y'all excited about all the different techniques and mediums that we might try. In Art Honor Club, it is definitely an honor. One of the things I do expect is that you are well behaved in all of your classes, that you are passing all grades, and yes, I do check from time to time. I do have conferences with all teachers, seeing how y'all are doing. As long as y'all are maintaining your classroom expectations and getting all your work completed every single day, it should be no problem for you to attend Art Honor Club. Art Honor Club meets for 1 hour on select Mondays each month. Today is the first one. Our next meeting is going to be October 7th. My goal is for each student to work with techniques from a variety of mediums, including drawing, painting, sculpture, Apple programs on the iPad, fibers, and more. This club is 100% free. As long as you are following all of your classroom expectations and maintaining your work, you are welcome to join us anytime we have a meeting. I will be sending reminders home with you on Fridays before a meeting. I also will send emails along with photos of what we're working on to your parents if they signed up for my email list. This year, I learned our cafeteria is offering a program which will allow for snacks for all of our after-school programs. So you should be able to have a little bite to eat, at least before you go home. If for some reason you do find out from a doctor that you are allergic to something, I need to know, and also our nurse needs to know very soon so that I can make sure that our cafeteria never gives you anything that you are allergic to. Also, it is extremely important that if for some reason you are sick and cannot make a meeting, or you're out of town, or you just simply cannot make one of our meetings, I need to know well advanced and ahead of time, because I need to make sure that I let the office know that you are not going to be staying after. I freak out when I don't know where a student is and they're not in their classrooms. So please make sure that you let me know at least a day before. Your parents should have my email address. I can always just hear you in the hallway if you just want to tell me quickly, hey, I'm Mr. Buffett, I'm not going to be at the meeting. That's fine too, but I would prefer either maybe a phone call or email from someone in your family to let me know that you are going to be absent. At 4 o'clock, we're going to be dismissed from the front of our school. The front is where the office is, the side facing Rainier Road, and the double doors. So students will be monitored by me while they leave to walk home, or you're picked up through the carpool lane. And I have what your parents confirmed to me will be your way of getting home. If for some reason your way of traveling home changes, I need to know as soon as possible so I can make arrangements and be expecting that you're going to be using that transportation home. If you're in our PASAR program, you can still attend our meetings. You'll just need to go to PASAR afterward in order for you to get your PASAR work done as well. Like I said, I am so excited to work with you. We're going to be working on contests. We're of course going to be making art. We're going to be having a lot of fun. And I hope that this club will be something meaningful to you because it's really meaningful to me. The reason that you were chosen to be in this club is because that you are special and you are also gifted. These people in this room are the most talented at art in the entire school, and I can say that. That's because it's true. I did put you in this club for a reason. I do expect all behavior expectations that I normally expect to be maintained in order for you to stay in this club, but I'm really excited for this year and I think we're going to have a lot of fun. Whenever you arrive to art club, as you probably saw today, you're going to see a little sheet that has everyone's name on it, and it says, please highlight your name. You're only going to highlight your name if you're here, so please don't highlight for someone else. So let's say, I don't know, I'm going to pretend to be someone. Today I'm going to be Jenna Jeffries. So if I was Jenna Jeffries and I showed up to art club today, hopefully you're here, Jenna, what she would do is she would take this highlighter and highlight her name all the way across so that I know that she actually showed up. You don't need to sign in, just highlight your name so that I know that you're here. For our first project together in class, we are going to be making origami. So origami means the ancient folding tradition of paper. There's lots of cool different types of origami. A lot of origami is hard, but there's a few different easy ones. I'm going to show you one today. The cool thing about origami is that it's kind of a lazy person's art. What I mean by that is that all you need is just a piece of paper and you can make some art. We're also going to be using this to create an installation. If you were here last year, you might already know the installation that we're going to be creating. Ours is going to be a little bit different, but we're going to be making origami butterflies to create a small installation in one of our hallways. This year, I was inspired by some origami that I once saw at the Dallas Galleria. The Dallas Galleria is this mall. It has an ice rink in the middle. It's 3 stories. It's really big. But what they're known for is that sometimes they'll put really cool art in the mall. So while people are shopping, they can look at the cool installations that are going on. So this one is all, I believe, paper cranes. Yeah, so this one is rainbow paper cranes. So I think there's 4,000 different cranes here that people have made. We are not going to have 4,000 cranes, but each one of you is going to be creating some cranes, or I'm sorry, not cranes, butterflies for me, so that we can make our own installation just like this. And it is going to be rainbow themed, and it's going to be pretty cool. Here is some examples of the origami butterflies that we're going to be creating. I'm going to show you how to do it. It's super easy. You're going to be making a ton of these. One of them you'll even get to keep. This is our tradition for our club, is that we always start off with some origami, something that is an installation, so that I can have all of your artwork together on the very first day. Very first thing I do is I put it diamond style right in front of me. The paper is looking up towards the sky. Then I take it and I bend it up towards that top corner and then give it a nice fold. Then I open it again, turn it so that this line is facing towards me. Same thing, take it up, bring it up, give it a nice fold. Then it kind of has this little point to it now. I'm going to take one side, fold it up. Corners need to touch. The very top, try and get so you can see that. Give it a nice fold. Open it up again, turn it so that there's this line facing you and then an X, but there's no line going across. We're gonna make that now. And fold. When you open it up, this will be the hard part. So it looks kind of funky right now. There's all these different little lines on it. You're gonna take 2 of those lines going all the way across, so the plus sign, not the X. You're gonna take those and bend them in. So you're taking that fold on the side, bending it in and over like this. Just watch. This looks hard, but I promise it's easier once you get the hang of it. Bring it in, and then you fold it down. So take those flaps, fold it down into a little triangle. At this point, I like to double check and make sure I have a good fold by squeezing the top. Then now that I have this kind of weird, funky triangle thing, I take it so that the triangles, the short part is pointing towards me. And then I take these long parts, and it looks like I'm gonna connect it to the top of that corner right there, but I'm actually just kind of put it on the side. You'll see in a second what I mean. It's not exactly gonna line up perfect. It's actually gonna be a little bit off. I'm taking that. Now I'm not folding the whole thing down. I'm just taking one of these little flaps and folding it in on each side. And as you can see, it doesn't quite line up. That's how it's supposed to be. So it kind of almost does, but then it doesn't. Now I'm going to work on the rest of the butterfly. Next, what we're gonna do is we're going to take this little bend right here in the back. We're going to fold it back all the way up. Here's the tricky part. When you bend it, these 2 legs are gonna kind of fly right up. You actually want to take this and go a little bit higher than that piece of paper. So I'm gonna do it real quick, off camera. So if you notice, this little part right here is going just a tad bit higher than the piece of paper. So just go a little bit farther. You're gonna notice that there's some tension. It feels kind of awkward when it doesn't feel like these are folded down all the way. You don't wanna squish it or anything. It's gonna be really tempting to wanna squish these pieces or tear them until they work, but that's actually normal. That's what's gonna give the butterfly its shape. So you actually want that tension. Then this little piece right up there, it's actually going to be bent back. So I'm gonna do that real quick. So I took that piece and bent it all the way back. It looks kind of awkward right now, but you'll notice it doesn't really want to bend this way or this way. You're gonna have to force it now. Here's the bend. It's kind of coming a little bit loose. You're gonna bend it back over to the part where you started from, and then this is where we're gonna pinch. We're gonna take it, pinch it back really well. Just give it a good little pinch. And then when you put it back on the table, should be a pretty good looking butterfly. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take these, I'm gonna attach them to some like some fishing line, and it's gonna hang in one of our hallways. If you were here last year, you probably saw something very similar. And we're gonna use the rainbow colors. Each person's gonna make 11. And you're probably thinking to yourself, well, why 11? Because you need at least 10 for this exhibition to work. If we wanna make this look really cool, we need 10 from each person. Doesn't matter which color, just need some different ones so I can do it rainbow style. And then I want you to keep one for yourself today. That way you can actually go home on your first day of art club with something that you created. Like I said, we're gonna make all sorts of stuff in this club. A lot of stuff that you won't normally do in class. I'll teach you a lot of new things, painting, clay, all sorts of stuff. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm going to end the video now, and then I'm gonna let someone who's a professional on the internet show us how to do it a little bit slower so that you can get it. All right, guys, I'm excited to get these done. Remember, you need to make 11. I'm gonna have a box where you turn them in once you're done. We'll talk about that. All right, let's get started.